Everybody, thanks for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We appreciate it. Another little morning commute action. I'd like to say thanks again to everybody who commented on the Steiny Blackfoot breeding. One we're super excited about. It's nice mix of Doc Holliday and we'll be excited to see what these pups turn out to be. Should be well-rounded, excellent dogs. One of the things I want to talk about this morning is the pedigree in front of you. The dog that we have and its pedigree, and just what that means. You know, I saw somebody comment on or make a post on Facebook of the same dog with two different pedigrees in two different registries, and I don't think that's as uncommon as people think. You know, I don't know what the old timers did. They hung paper, sure. We all know the famous quotes and all that about them, and you couldn't trust them that what they gave you was what they said they were giving you, and all that stuff going on. You know, with having dogs with paperwork on them, you know, I go with the pedigree that's on the paperwork. All the rest of it to me is just noise, and you know, it's even though we have dogs with honey bunch still relevant in the bed, that doesn't mean that I concern myself with just how honey bunch really was bred. It just doesn't it doesn't affect the dog I have in front of me. Especially not today. And again, even though science made her still relevant today, that it's kind of crazy to think about it that way, but that's the truth of it. And it's not just in the Stonewall dogs. You know, there's the little Tab, the Floyd. There's dogs that are being bred today, the Tramp stuff, that are off of frozen semen, that make her especially still relevant today. Jeep, all that. You know, I wasn't there, so I don't know. And it does not affect. You know, that's why when you talk about being the first four relevant, you know, the only only dog on our yard that really affects it is Gus, because he has Honey Bunch times 2 and 3, and that puts Bully Soon in his 4th generation. So it's the pedigree that's in front of me does not really doesn't make the dog more or less impressive in my eye. Now, saying that doesn't mean that I don't pinch myself when I see Gus every day because of what he is. I mean, it's that dog's off a semen that was frozen 30 years. It's the pedigree is impressive to look at. The dog even more so. People who have seen him live very often say pictures don't do him any justice. And that's the truth with that dog. He carries himself in a way others don't. All I can do is make sure that what we're doing is giving dogs that are bred the way that we say they're bred. And I feel like that is important. And to me, the way to do that is through the DNA program with the ADBA. We participate. I ordered the test kit for Steiny because he's not DNA, and I'll get that back. When that gets back, I'll swab him and send that kit back off, and we'll get the results of that back before the pups are born. And when them pups are 3-4 weeks old, we'll have the ADBA paperwork on hand with DNA profile parents. And really all that does is that's not for me and JL and I. That's not our benefit. It's for the benefit of the people who buy the pups, and then the next generation. It leaves a trail, and some don't like that, and I'm not. I don't care about that, leaving that trail. That trail is again for the benefit of the people who come behind us. There'll be no question on integrity when you get one from us. It'll be bred the way that we say it's bred. I got Dottie Moo's DNA back from the ADBA, and it said that she was a match, and it Gus's registered name, White Diamondback. Their little write-up said that White Diamond, and I informed the Adam Bullock that while it says they match, it doesn't have his correct name, and he apologized. He just said it was an oversight. they get in a hurry just like everybody else gets in a hurry. But what that would have done down the line is caused confusion. And I'm trying to stay away from that confusion element of everything. You know, nobody wants to buy a dog and then or a pup and then find out that it's not bred the way that it says. And we've done it. Years ago, we had a kennel partner. He really wanted a dog that he saw the pedigree of. You know, it had Clay Hell's Miss Rage in it. It was a Jeep Red Boy bred dog. And we ended up going in halves on the dog. I was working, he had the time off. He went and picked the pup up, met the guy, and the guy gave him ADBA paperwork, and as he gave him the ADBA paperwork, he told him that the paperwork was hung. And if it would have been me, I would have walked away. But he didn't care. He wanted what he wanted, the pedigree wise. And to me, it just put even the pedigree that the gentleman said into question. I'm not that okey doke bullcrap guy. It's there's enough of them out there like that, and this guy is respected. That's the funny thing. He's somebody that's well respected and all that, and you know, I find that funny. I haven't run into him since then, and when I do, I'm gonna let him know. In my eyes, he owes me money because the way he handled it. And again, if I would have been there, I wouldn't have accepted the dog or the paperwork. It's just, you know, there's our name means more than that. You know, we hold ourselves to a standard. Now, that doesn't mean our way is the right way or the wrong way, and others might think of what we're doing as being not okay. And you know, that's everybody's different opinion. Some people may look at it and say, man, they're doing it how it's supposed to be done, and others might look at it and say, I can't believe they get away with that crap. And that's fine and dandy, no matter what side of the fence you're on or how you feel. You know, I get I'm not for everybody. I get it, because everybody's not for me. And I'm quick to let my feelings be known. That's just who I am, how I am. You know, I tend not to let outside noise affect me on a daily basis. And there's people out there that will attempt to drag you down. I don't know if they're not happy with themselves or what the deal is, just miserable. I know several people that are they're miserable all the time. Everything's negative, and I'm not an everything negative person. But I also understand the human nature side of these dogs and what that means. And there really is a lot of fake stuff out there. We've all heard the stories on Frisco and the ADBA pulling the paperwork, and there's Frisco dogs with ADBA paperwork because I've got them. So you don't know what to believe, but I know I've heard those stories. And so you don't know if they're Frisco bred or not. Maybe it's the older stuff. I was told by somebody that the older dogs are the ADBA registered and continues to honor. I don't know. I've never asked. It's not my place. It's not a line that I like or care for or any of that. I know this newest pup we got has a little bit of that in her. We'll see what she becomes. The guy in front of me lost a 5-gallon bucket out of the back of his truck. But just kind of to be impeccable, to having that sense of honor, and it's not always easy. It's not always in my nature, but that's, I guess, one thing about being an adult and being, treat others like you'd like to be treated kind of deal. I'd like to again thank everybody for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We are 2 days in a row I'm running behind. I gotta stop, get gas. It just takes away from my morning sit time, but that's all right. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. I think after work today, I exercised Melvin. I don't know. We got cold coming. I might just skip tonight, but I'll definitely skip during the 2 cold days that we have coming, and then after that, gear up again. I can't justify working my dog in the cold weather. It doesn't do it for me. But again, have a great day, and We will talk to you later.